Benidorm, the cut-price Costa Blanca paradise for cost-conscious Brits.
€1 for a pint of beer, which is like 84p. You can't get that anywhere, not even Wetherspoons.
Benidorm's a one-off. Don't get anybody to tell you any different. Benidorm is a one-off.
Thousands have made this their permanent home.
Yeah, so I think I'm here for life. Take me home in a wooden box.
But retirees and the richer side, most expats need to graft to earn their place in the sun.
A lot of people think they can come over here and live the dream, but they don't realise it is all work.
I do 15 hours a day, minimum.
You know, you have to go out and look for work. It may make me €10, but €10 at the end of the day, that's food on the table.
I work hard. I work hard and I play hard.
Meet the bargain-loving Brits in the sun. Coming up, Charity Day frustrations for a Benidorm business owner.
I suspect somebody has complained because we're having fun.
A dad flies out to lay down the law.
That's it, he's grounded from drinking now.
An ambitious new venture for a restaurant owner.
An Indian opening an Italian restaurant, taking a lot of balls.
And a pensioner takes the plunge. Benidorm gets 300 days of sunshine a year, and today isn't one of them. Torrential rain is threatening to flood the town's famous indoor market. And just as the downpour becomes biblical, Benidorm's very own force of nature arrives.
Oh my God, this weather, it's terrible, complete change.
Meet Vicky Caton, one of Benidorm's busiest businesswomen. Vicky owns and manages Hepburn's hair salon.
This is Sharon. Sharon's been with us 2 years. This is Deb. Deb's been with us 7 years. It just feels like longer. This is Oleg, our latest recruit, who has been with us this week. How are you enjoying it? How's it going?
I quite like it, yeah.
He quite likes it. He loves us really, don't you?
Yeah.
He has to say yes. Otherwise, he won't have a job on Monday.
Hepburn's is right in the centre of the market, where Vicky's queen bee.
Hola, buenos dias. I know everybody because I'm a chatterbox and I go walkabout. Morning, all right.
I absolutely love the indoor market. It's like a great big family. So there are rows, there are spats, people fall out with each other.
Morning, Pam.
But when there is a crisis in there, everybody pulls together.
Hola, Monica, ¿cómo estás?
Vicky brings us together like a family. She's definitely one of the faces of the indoor market. Everyone loves her to bits.
Yorkshire lass Vicky has been married to Paul, a caravan technician, for 38 years.
My parents used to live in Benidorm, so we used to come across on holiday on a regular basis.
The more time that we spent here, the more we fell in love with the place and the more the whole way of life we liked. We talked about it and on a bit of a whim decided that we'd move over here 10.5 years ago and we're still here.
And buying the hairdressing business was an impulsive decision too.
One day she went down to have her hair done. She came back and she said, bought the salon. Yep, right, OK. And that's where it all started.
I went in there for my hair doing and I was saying I needed something to do because I was pretty bored. I got a phone call about half an hour after I'd left the salon from the lady who used to own it. So I met her for lunch about another half an hour later and bought the salon. And that was it. I didn't know anything whatsoever about hairdressing, nothing whatsoever remotely connected with beauty or anything like that. So I just did it in a moment's madness, maybe? I don't know. I don't regret it, but it was crazy, really. Absolutely ridiculous.
Lack of hairdressing experience hasn't stopped Vicky from turning the salon into a great success. But today, she's got other things on her mind. She's organising an MS charity event tomorrow and she's trying to get the whole market to take part.
Benidorm is like a little Britain. There are massive numbers of Brits who help and support each other. The goal is to raise €2,000 and we will do it. By hook or crook, it will be that. Would you mind having a collection tin for the World MS Day tomorrow? All right. Excuse me 1 minute. Ah! We have our first donation for our charity. Is this for tomorrow?
I'm home in the morning.
You're away. Oh, darling, thank you. Do you know, the British are so generous at giving for charity. My mum's just given me 10 euros. Yeah, isn't that incredible?
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah. So we're starting already.
Benidorm is home to the 4 S's: sun, sea, sand, and scooters.
Scooters, the bane of Benidorm. They're an absolute pest.
Scooters are taking over the streets.
As long as you can get all your friends on one scooter, you're fine. It's cheap as chips.
They've given some pensioners a whole new lease of life. And when every penny of your pension counts, they're cheap to run too.
My mobility scooter, the actual electricity to keep it recharged is 10 pence a week.
So you've got my initials on the front.
But for many Brits,
this is clever.
They're just an annoyance.
Little kids, they think it's wonderful. It's terrible. It's against the law, but there's no police about.
21-year-old qualified mechanic Ben Rigby from Preston is never far from a mobility scooter. But that's because he runs a scooter business with his friend Charles.
Benidorm's #1 for mobility scooters in the world, and Las Vegas comes second in line with that.
Ben moved out here 2.5 years ago.
I ended up coming out here for a 2-week holiday, and then I've seen how people lived. I thought, well, why can't I do it? Cheaper to live, get the sunshine every day. What more can you ask for?
Their scooter company is the only one in town flying the British flag.
We are the only English-owned company in Benidorm. Give you a test around how to work the scooter, yeah? That's your power. This is your speed. Customers like the fact that we can talk to them, we can have a laugh with them, and we give them whatever they need. We can understand every word that they say to us. Nice to meet you, and you have a good time when you're out.
But there's stiff competition. In fact, there's a bit of an international scooter war going on in the town. The Spanish-owned Secure Mobile are almost never closed.
We work 7 days a week.
And the biggest scooter company in Benidorm, the Dutch-owned Easy Hire, have initiated a price war.
We want to be the cheapest and the best.
The golden rule is we guarantee that we can always beat the competitor by 10 euros per week. So we always have the best rate.
However, Ben and Charles have a secret weapon. They found a cheap supplier of second-hand scooters in the UK, and it could be the golden ticket.
To buy a mobility scooter brand new, you're talking about £2,500. But second-hand, we get them for £150 in England, so it's all profit. You get years of rental out of them, and then you can sell them on for over double the profit anyway.
With cut-price scooters coming in from the UK, Ben's business is doing well, but the same can't be said for his private life. He's just split up from his girlfriend of 3.5 years, and he's feeling fragile.
You miss your family, your friends that you grew up with and that. It's hard to live out here.
It's 8:30 a.m. in Benidorm, and at the indoor market's hairdressing business owner, Vicky Caton, is gearing up for a charity fundraising day. She's trying to raise €2,000 for World MS Day, but things aren't going quite to plan.
Ah!
Stop everything. It's time for a trim.
Because it's what we do, my hair has to look reasonable. So 3 minutes, that's all I can allow myself. Although it really isn't important, and I'm starting to panic. Sharon, don't wet all my hair. I've got 3 minutes. 3 minutes. I can't be being the diva. This is about...
You're being a diva now.
No, I'm not. Well, I don't mean to be.
Last year, the event raised over £1,000, but Vicky's hoping to smash that this year.
And hopefully by the end of the day, these buckets will be full of money. €2,000 to raise. We're asking a lot, but we shall go for it. You have to have a name. If you don't have a name, you don't achieve.
Elaine Charnock, who runs a money exchange bureau in the market, is helping to run the event.
The charity event started 3 years ago when my daughter was diagnosed with MS. She was 28 when she was first diagnosed. The day is not specifically just organised for my daughter, it is done for all MS sufferers.
But there's a problem. Ricky, the PA man's having a bit of a mare.
Just went quiet. This speaker just went quiet for some reason. I set it all up in my garden the other day, and I thought it was perfect. Absolutely perfect. It just shows you things crop up.
Sound issue is quite a worry, but I've great faith that Ricky will fix it. He's really good and very experienced at this, and so hopefully everything crossed, it'll be fixed very soon. Please, God, because if we've no sound, we've no show.
It's time to put the parasols up. Or maybe not.
I'm panicking now, but we're 5 minutes away from action now. Have we got raffle tickets?
Raffle tickets.
Tins, pens. Tins. Brilliant, brilliant.
It looks like Ricky's fixed the sound problem.
We're all sorted now. We're playing some background music, and we're very happy, man, because I was sweating earlier.
The event kicks off, unfortunately, to a less than packed house.
Multiple Sclerosis Day.
But within minutes, there's an issue. A stall holder starts to complain about access to the market being blocked.
You can walk there, you can walk there, you can walk there, you can walk there.
But then things get even more serious.
The police have turned up because they need to check that we have a licence to do this. Hasta las 4 hoy de lads. I suspect somebody has complained because we're having fun.
The charity event might have to stop before it's barely started. The British abroad love their home comforts.
We're fat and we like the big meals.
And what warm reminder of the UK do lots of Brits crave after turning into a lobster in 30-degree heat and a few cervezas? A spicy curry, of course. 39-year-old Rajneesh Kauser left London and came to Benidorm in 2012, where he opened the Clay Oven, where customers head for taste bud tickling tandoori.
Beautiful. I'm so glad you're enjoying it.
Hasta la vista.
Hasta la vista. Really proud of this place. Had really good experiences here. The only thing missing here in this restaurant is space.
The Clay Oven has been such a success that Raj has decided to expand, but he doesn't have far to travel to get to his new site. It's just 50 metres down the street.
Come on, I'll show you what we're doing around.
Raj is swapping his Baltis for bolognese and his poppadoms for penne, because his new venture will be an Italian restaurant.
It looks like a construction site, but I hope within the next 10 days you'll be in a restaurant.
It's a very different cuisine to curry, but Raj thinks he's a pasta master.
I opened my first restaurant business in 2004, and that was Italian. If your product is right, I think you can't go wrong in Benidorm because it's such a big market here.
On paper, it was as easy as uno, due, tre. But Raj hadn't factored in the vagaries of the Spanish building trade. It's peak season and it's still a building site. Raj is under real financial pressure.
I'd already started paying the rents here. Every day I'm losing money. We're already in the middle of the summer. Once the summer is gone, it's gone. Then we enter next year. So every day is really important. Every time I think, oh, next time I'll prepare better myself. But this is what happens every time. At the end, you start getting panic. You want to do everything quick as you can, and things start getting mixed up.
Raj wants to open in a fortnight, but that's going to be a tough deadline.
I'll keep pushing it. If I don't, if I tell myself I can't open it in 2 weeks, I will never be able to open it in 2 weeks. So I really need to push myself as well.
But there's another problem, a sizable one.
In the Clay Oven, we didn't have enough space, and I was crying for the terrace, which I didn't got. So what I was looking for next time, it should have a terrace. This time we got a terrace, and this is too big. It's nearly 35 meters. It is massive, and I hope this is really going to work out good for me.
It's a race against the clock for Raj. Will the 2-week time period be enough, or could the terrace prove to be a terrible mistake? Across town at his mobility scooter hire shop, 21-year-old Ben Rigby is paying the price for a big night on the town.
Don't want to know how I feel right now. Need to go home. Oh, I was out till about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning last night. Too late. I'm still feeling the effects of last night, I think. Rough as a dog.
He started partying hard after a breakup with his long-term girlfriend.
It's just too easy when you finish work to just have a quick drink, and then, obviously, as you know, one leads to another. It's always more than one when you go out for one drink.
The split has left Ben feeling a bit lonely.
You miss your family.
But someone's come to cheer him up. 58-year-old dad Mick has come out to stay with Ben at his caravan on Camping Villasol, and he's hoping for some quality dad and lad time.
Son's lived here for 2.5 years now, so he's having a bit of problems with his girlfriend at the moment, so I've come over to look after him.
When my dad arrived, I was in quite a bad place. He come as a surprise. My friend told me that we was going to the airport to pick a customer up, and it ended up being my dad. I was in a dark place, really, and that's why my friend got my dad brought out, and just to help me out, just to have somebody there for me.
Mick's on a rescue mission.
Right, see you in a bit.
But he can't do it on an empty stomach.
Just going to some breakfast.
Mick used to be a driver for Royal Mail, but chronic back problems meant he's had to take early retirement. And he's a big fan of mobility scooters.
I've had 4 titanium screws in my spine. You know, I have to use an electric scooter to get me around, but at least I get around.
He's a big fan of budget brekkies too.
You can't complain for €2.50 for a full English breakfast. Not even £2, is it, really? Probably costs them more to make it.
But that's not the best deal in town.
The cheapest English breakfast is €3 for a full English breakfast and a pint. Now that, what you call an English breakfast, Spanish style. Now this will fill the void for a while. Bon appetit.
Everyone needs their family around them when things get tough. And one expat in particular has the biggest extended family in Benidorm. 82-year-old Grace Campbell lives on the Arena Blanca campsite. She's adored by one and all.
People look after her, people take care of her and wonder where she is. And in the UK, that doesn't happen now.
But Grace isn't shy in retiring. In fact, she's an outrageous octogenarian. And if there was a prize for the most infectious laugh in Benidorm, there would be only one winner. Grace pays £220 a month rent at the campsite.
Caravan life is the best. This is my patio. It is lovely here. This is my kitchen. I think that's a clock. I like that one. I love cooking with wine. Sometimes I put it in the food. This is my sitting room. That's me when I was young. Would you have fancied me?
Grace lost her husband, Mike, 18 years ago.
Actually, it's my anniversary today. 60 years, and he's not with me. We were married 42 years, and I've been on my own for 18. I could do with him round here to do some jobs.
Grace hasn't let her widowhood or old age stop her from having fun. And she has a simple motto in life.
Live, laugh and love.
And she certainly does a lot of laughing. Whether she's playing pool with her mate Tommy, or having fun with her fellow campers, Grace is a live wire.
Everybody has fun when Grace is here.
And she epitomises what Benidorm has given to lots of expats, a new lease of life.
Our philosophy, when you get to our age, yesterday's gone, tomorrow you don't know whether it's going to come, you live for today.
What have you got to do at home? You're an old lady, they call you. You can stay there and do that. And... No. We still want to live. enjoy life more.
Grace benefits greatly from being here, without a doubt. It wouldn't be the same for her in the UK. You know, she'd wither away. She is the life and soul of any party.
There's only one way to describe Grace. She is amazing Grace.
At the Indoor Market Charity Day, the party is now in full swing.
Thank you.
Satisfied that the event has the correct permit, the police have moved on. The crowd are finding their feet, but Vicky wants them to find their wallets.
A Euro straight, tombola. I'm going to be hoarse in a minute.
But she's not happy.
There are lots of people here, but I don't think we're taking the money at the minute. Everybody's having a great time, yes, but we need the money. That's what it's all about. So I need to go out there now, sell some raffle tickets and try and get some more cash in. Raffle tickets, a Euro a strip. Raffle tickets, a Euro a strip.
Also trying to drum up donations is co-organiser Elaine, and her daughter Carly's arrived to join in the fun.
I've been diagnosed with MS for about 3 years now, so we decided to do the event to be able to raise money for treatment and for a better life for people with the illness.
It looks like a good time's being had by all.
It's going very well. People are having a great time, but I'm still very concerned about how much money we're actually raising. And it's disappointing when it is for a good cause. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'm going to say bye-bye to you all. Thank you very much, and I'd like a big thank you for all the entertainers, all the staff. Give a big round of applause.
I'm tired, but happy, but we just could have done with more people being here today. We're going to go and count the money, and that's the moment of truth.
At Benidorm's indoor market, the MS Charity Day has drawn to a close. The crowds have drifted away and the moment of truth has arrived. It's time to count the money.
It looks better than I thought.
Yeah, I reckon there's more notes than we've...
I think there might be more notes than last year.
We've got a 20 in the first can that we've opened, so we see some really generous people.
Hey, that's a good tin. That's a good tin.
Event organiser, hairdressing business owner Vicky Caton is hoping to raise more than €2,000. It looks promising, but have they reached their target?
We raised 1,100, which we were disappointed with because we wanted more. But you have to aim high, don't you? You have to aim for something. You can't be satisfied. You always need more. So next year it will be better.
Vicky lives in Llanuthia, 8 kilometres from the centre of Benidorm, with her husband Paul and their 4 dogs.
I've lived here for 10.5 years now, but we've had the house for 11.5. We bought it as a holiday home, and then when we moved here, decided we might as well live in it. What I like about it is it's nice and open and airy. And then we have our little garden, which is not really big enough now. We have 4 dogs.
The couple's lives in Benidorm are very different to the lives they left behind in the UK.
I started my life as a trainee tax assistant, working for an accountant, helping clients to save money. I did tax for a lot of years.
And Paul was the MD of his own business, a transport company. But he realised he had to find a different career if he moved to Spain.
Once we'd made the decision to move, I came across business in caravans as a caravan technician. And I thought, yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
There was just one tiny problem.
I'd never worked with caravans, ever. What I knew, I could probably tell you in 5 minutes. What I didn't know would take me all year. I then went back to England, went to ask a local caravan company for a job. Just train me. Not interested in being paid, just train me. And I worked there, learning everything I could about motorhomes, caravans, the water systems, the heating systems, anything that could possibly go wrong. I was the apprentice, you know. People were telling me what to do. I had to accept that. And I was prepared to do it because I wanted to learn. And I'm so pleased that I did it.
Paul's inside caravans every working day and is continuously impressed by the ingenuity of his British clients.
You could walk into an awning on a caravan site in Benidorm and literally believe you were in a house. You could even have walls plastered, tile floors. You got your 3-piece suite, your fridge, your dining table, your TV, everything you'd want to make comfortable living. Some of the kitchens I've seen are better than in my house.
There are just 7 days to go until owner Raj Kauser opens his new Italian restaurant. A week ago, the place was a building site. Today, it's still a building site.
This is my storage area. Bit messy at the moment.
That's something of an understatement, but there are a few signs of improvement.
At least here we are nearly done with everything. That's done. I've got all my plants. Lamp posts are there. I really like them, I don't know why. I didn't want it to have this wall really blank and boring. I think that gives the idea of pastas and Italians. I hope it will make some appetite.
Raj definitely has a glass half full outlook on life.
I've already got my beer connected. We are done with the menus, so it's pretty much there. And it really feels good when people pass by and ask you, oh, it really looks nice when you're going to open it. Let's see how it goes. I'm quite excited now.
Raj has sunk £140,000 into the place, and the building work has overrun massively. But at least it's finally beginning to look like a restaurant.
I was a bit worried earlier because, I mean, things were not going the way I wanted them to. I always calculated on my summer period, and summer was just slipping away from my hands. But now, as you can see, it's looking good. So I'm quite confident it's going to be good.
The restaurant will open in 7 days' time, but if the place isn't finished, the opening night could be a disaster.
Opening is always challenging. There's always something missing. You can never be perfect.
At Camping Villasol, 21-year-old Ben Rigby and his dad Mick are being picked up for a day of fishing with the boys.
We're off on a road trip.
Mobility scooter boss Charles is on driving duty.
Go, Charles, go! I put my seatbelts on, not for safety reasons, for his driving reasons.
Mick's got a plan to make a few quid from the trip.
If you catch bass, get to the nearest restaurant and see if they want to buy them. Ask them how much they'll give you for them. Because they're fresh to court, they'll take them off you.
The lads are driving to Mascarrat, 10 kilometres north of Benidorm, and Mick's hoping a change of scenery will help take Ben's mind off his failed romance.
Half the time I can't wait to get out of Benidorm. I've spent my time there, I've junked there every night, I've probably been in every bar, so it just gets boring after a while, and it's just not the life you want to lead, really.
This is where we're going to be fishing, right here on the rocks here.
Go. Let's get fishing.
A Benidorm breakfast. Kebab.
It's a cheap day trip for the boys.
Yeah, a lot of people do come out for excursions and it costs them quite a bit of money. It costs us nothing, just a few cans from the supermarket. And that's it, and a bit of bait.
There's a pretty big fish in town already today.
Is that Abramovich? Is that one? Mr. Moneybags who owns Chelsea. That's his boat there.
That is one boat, that.
All to have money, eh?
The guys get their tackle out in no time, and the fishing begins.
See what we catch? Duck. Not too bad.
Not too bad for a beginner.
But Ben's still got his ex on his mind.
Oh, it's just been mental. I've been drinking for 3 weeks solid. She was my first love, like, we was together for 3.5 years. But you get over it. Plenty more fish in sea. We'll catch one now. That's it, get out there. Catch me some fish.
Seeing Ben desperately unhappy has been hard for Mick too.
I'll give you every bit of advice I can give you. If you don't take it, you don't take it. But hopefully, he's learnt his lesson.
And so I just need to drink in and knock on head. I don't know, it's time to get my head down.
Yeah, and he's not a drinker. It does not suit him whatsoever. So that's it. He's grounded from drinking now. Yeah, all you grounded.
Fishing trip helped me a lot because it gave me some chance to spend quality time with my dad rather than just going out and getting drunk.
It's been great father and son time, but the fishing skills need working on. No one's landed a thing all day.
That's why we're not catching any fish. It's your fault.
Oh, it's all these bloody jet skis at boats, isn't it? Excuse me, will you tell them people to stop enjoying themselves?
Back in town, it's a busy Saturday morning at Hepburn's, but the boss isn't there. This being Benidorm, where nothing's straightforward, she's got another job.
Here's more of the music you love with Vicky Caton.
This is
Croissant Spain.
Well, good morning, Casablanca. Your weather today in the Benidorm area is absolutely fabulous. Highs 27 degrees, lows tonight 14.
Vicky's gone from pampering to presenting. She's a DJ at one of the fastest growing radio stations on the Costa Blanca, Cool FM.
Coming up now, we've got another request going out to my bestie, Andrea and Simon.
All the presenters are volunteer British expats, and Vicky has her own Saturday show.
It's a great fun job. I absolutely love it. I can play anything I like on a Saturday morning. It's beautiful, absolutely fantastic. I love it, love it, love it. Best morning of the week. Have a great weekend, guys. I'll see you very soon.
Across town, after massive delays that have put enormous financial pressure on its owner Raj Kauser, the finishing touches are being done, the kitchen staff are prepping, and the Italian garden restaurant's almost ready, which is a good thing as it opens in 5 minutes. The menu's attracting some interest, and the first reactions are positive.
I think this restaurant will do very well because it's going to give a nice variety to the food selection around here. I think it'll take off.
Owner Raj is a little stressed. He's so keen to open and get the tills ringing, he hasn't fully briefed his staff.
Everything happened so quickly. I mean, we didn't have enough time so that we can have a little meeting together. We could have discussed things. We didn't even discuss table numbers.
But there's no time for that now because his first customers have already arrived.
It was a bit more of a shock, really, weren't it? Yeah, realised we was the first customers. You've got to try something new every time, haven't you?
It's half of the relief that I've got customer. I'll get the other half once they get satisfied. So challenge is still there.
Raj's friend, expat John Kelly, has turned up to show some support.
An Indian opening an Italian restaurant, taking a lot of balls. Fair play to him. Opening night's stressful for anybody, especially when it's a brand new venture and there's hardly any decent Italians in Benidorm. And he's going to make a go of it. I think so.
The first plates to leave the kitchen are served. And the first reviews are not far behind.
Very tasty, yes.
I ordered spicy, but it's not really spicy.
Spice Girl's not happy, but her colleagues are.
Because we were the first customers, they gave us the drinks for free. If we were here for another week, we'd be back again, definitely. It's lovely. Really, really nice.
So far, so good.
The early nerves settle. The kitchen gets into gear and the punters start to roll in.
Any more drinks order?
And the decor gets the thumbs up.
I think they've done an absolutely amazing job. Yeah. I love that. Fountain.
So far, it's a fantastic start. I was really under pressure the whole day, but now things are settling down, so I'm really happy about everything.
Prizing cash out of Brit's mitts isn't an easy ask, and watching the pennies more than most are 60-year-old twins, Catherine and Patricia from Warrington. They bought a caravan together on Camping Villamar 12 months ago, and they love one thing more than anything, spending as little money as possible.
I have a diary and I write how much I've spent, and by the end of the week sometimes I might have only spent €20. In this week, all I spent was €37. I think when people have been here for a while, they say, right, we're living here now, we really need to tidy our belts, you know. In this one, I spent €1 on the aqua lesson.
Kath and Pat are Benidorm super savers, and they patrol the areas where the bins are kept, looking for items people have thrown away. And their favourite spot is the wall next to the shower block, which even has its own nickname.
Patricia and I call it Walmart because you can go and you can pick up virtually anything for free. See, someone's put those on there, they're Walmart. If you want to have these shoes, you take them. Somebody doesn't want them, and they're not old. We got these from Walmart, these from Walmart, that's from Walmart. One chest of drawers we got from Walmart.
The twins tour Villamar every day without fail.
There are always people buying caravans, leaving caravans, wanting to get rid of things, and so if I see anything, I'll pick it up and I'll recycle it myself. What do you think? Any chips in it? No. They always say, don't they, one person's trash is another person's treasure. And there's nothing like getting a buzz from something that you really want to treasure and somebody's throwing it out because it's their trash. So it's great, isn't it? Yes. Yes. We love it.
Benidorm might be in Spain, but at times it feels like a British enclave. And when it comes to Spanish language and food, generally speaking, us Brits aren't brilliant.
I'd like to learn Spanish, but it's actually sitting and learning it that I couldn't be bothered with.
Some British people try to speak Spanish, but most of them only know 3 words: hola, cerveza, beer, adios.
One cerveza, one beer, vino, blanco, white wine. So I've got the basics.
I'm not really into a lot of Spanish food. That sounds daft to say like English food.
Say Sprite in Spanish, which is just basically the same, but with a Spanish accent. And I can say un momento.
British people don't speak Spanish, just speak English.
Café con leche. No, that's not Spanish though, is it? Is that Spanish? Oh, I can say that as well.
That's Spanish.
I thought that was Italian.
Donde es el lavabo? That means where is the sink? You always need to know where a sink is.
I was going to go do Spanish lessons, but there's no point because everybody speaks English.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Estamos en Benidorm haciendo una fiesta. Because everybody speaks English, we just don't have to bother.
One person who is embracing the Spanish way of life is charity organiser, DJ and boss of Hepburn's hair salon, Vicky Caton. Today she's hatched a plan to bring a bit of Spain into the salon. Any excuse to pop some corks.
Whee! Boom! Oh, expertly done, darling. Today is going to be our Spanish day, so we're going to be giving everybody a little bit of tapa and some cava or vino tinto or sangria.
Although she isn't yet fluent, Vicky's tried hard to learn the lingo.
Sí, okay, vale. Hablamos en español todo el día, chicas?
We have chosen to live in somebody else's country, and I think it's hugely important that we make an effort to learn as much language as is possible. And the number of British people I know who've lived here 20 years who speak no Spanish at all and have no Spanish friends is incredible.
But today, it's ole all the way. The carver's flowing, the sangria's sorted, and the tapas is tempting the punters.
You don't just want egg and chips all the time, yeah? Of course you want to eat Spanish as well. I've already had an English breakfast this morning, so I'm doing both.
But not everyone's as keen to try.
Just don't look very inviting, does it?
Come on, be brave. Tracy's lived here 7 years. She has never had tapas all the time she's lived here.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice, that.
Oh, they're lovely, those. So what do you think's your first tapas experience, then?
Yeah, it's very nice.
So you'll do it again?
I will try it again.
Tracy's getting a taste for the tapas and Vicky's getting a taste for the sangria.
It's a shame I'm driving today, actually. I might have to abandon my car.
Time to get the market a little merry.
¿Quieres tomar sangria? Sí? Vale? Sangria? My mum-in-law. I might know she'd arrive as soon as she'd smell sangria. It makes work fun, doesn't it? We are in a service industry and it's nice to do something different and make everybody happy and put a smile on people's faces. I'm trying to say our Spanish Day was very successful.
Nuestro día dedicado a España ha sido todo un éxito.
Nuestro día de España ha sido...
Todo un éxito.
Todo un éxito.
After a month in Benidorm, Mick Clarkson's flying back to the UK.
Last lot packed, ready for the airport.
It's his last brew I've met you for a while, Dadsy.
When Mick arrived, his son Ben was down in the dumps after a breakup with his girlfriend.
Don't want to know how I feel right now. Rough as a dog.
But Mick sorted him out.
I've done my job, mission completed. And it seemed like mission impossible at the start. Take it from me, he did. I don't think he's going to go backwards now. Forwards and onwards.
The pair pair set off to the airport.
When we get back home to rainy Manchester.
Ben's hired a van for a few days, but he's dropped a bit of a clanger.
I don't believe it. No way.
Don't say you've locked keys in the van.
Yeah.
You've locked the keys in the van?
You are kidding me.
Well, that's great, that. Ben, how am I going to get to the airport? This is all we need now, Ben.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, that was lucky.
Look at that.
That was lucky.
Now that's what you call a window of opportunity.
Well, goodbye, Villasol. Hope to see you again soon. You take care, all right? Don't forget to ring me, keep in touch with me, all right? Drive easy, Ben, on the way back.
I was sad to see my dad go because he definitely helped me a lot when I was in that bad place. My head was literally only just getting around what was going on. Airport's always the worst part. It was bad to see him go filled up a bit, but I'm a big boy, I can cope with it. I think he's got peace of mind for going home now. As much as he does hate leaving, I think he knows he's done his job.
Mick may have departed, but Ben's back on track and refocused at work. He's given up the boozy nights, but he's still not got his eye completely on the job, because he's got a new girlfriend.
I have met a girl called Courtney, yeah. Hola, guapa.
What?
She's a lovely girl. She's the best girl I could ask for, really. Life's a lot better now. I'm definitely happy now.
Next time on Bargain-Loving Brits in the Sun, an expat entrepreneur falls foul of Spanish bureaucracy.
We're not doing anything illegal, we're just trying to earn an honest living.
And a special offer at a local bar pulls them in.
I'm late naked on my bar.
Come on, Paul, look like you're enjoying it.
Every year, millions of cash-conscious Brits head to Spain's low-cost costas in search of sea, sand and seriously cheap prices.
I love bargains, I love getting a deal.
Over here it's €1 a pint. In England it's like £2.50.
You can't get anything else in Spain cheaper than Benidorm.
They haven't always taken to the local way of life.
I don't know any Spanish. Hola, is that Spanish?
Yeah, we just say
I know that.
And nearly 1 million of us have now made Spain our permanent home. Living the dream at rock-bottom prices is possible.
Live a millionaire's lifestyle when nothing, really.
Benidorm is bloody awesome! Woo!
These are the bargain-loving Brits in the sun. Coming up on tonight's episode, some practical tips on interior design.
You can fix everything with gaffer tape. In fact, most of the caravan's probably held together with it, isn't it?
An expat entrepreneur falls foul of Spanish bureaucracy.
We're not doing anything illegal, we're just trying to earn an honest living, and anyone who knows here knows how hard that is.
And a special offer at a local bar pulls them in.
Come on, Paul, look like you're enjoying it.
I'm late naked on my bar.
When it comes to cheap and cheerful fun in the sun, you can't beat Benidorm. Prices are kept low because with around 2,000 bars, cafes and clubs in town, the competition for business is fierce. Good news for tourists, bad news for the Brits who run them. With profit margins cut to the bone, they have to work hard to survive. Until recently, Wayne Wright was working 24/7 running the Showboat Cabaret Bar.
If she's not here in 5 minutes, we'll cancel the table and give it away.
When it all became too much, he sold up.
Hiya, love.
What do you do with all your time now?
Oh, I don't know. I'll be able to do my cleaning, do my ironing, and it'd be just nice to be able to take the dogs for real long walks every day, you know.
And you'll be bored in 5 minutes flat. I give you 6 months and you'll be bored.
I won't.
You will.
But Wayne isn't one to stay idle for long. He's always been involved raising money for local charities, and now he's got more time to do it. He and his partner Des are off to Foley's Bar, a gathering place for some of the small army of expats who live here.
How are you?
Boiling.
It's run by Yorkshire couple Paul Thacker and Jackie Bodkin.
How are you, love? All right, Des. How are you? You all right?
Paul's come up with an idea to raise money for a local children's charity.
So I had an idea that we could have a naked calendar.
Did he just say naked?
12 normal people who were known in Benidorm.
Keep going, Paul.
My initial plan was that it were going to be just 12 males.
Well, that's Wayne on board, but with reservations.
Who's going to pay to see you and me naked?
Well, there is that to it. I was hoping that we could get some other high-profile Benidorm people on it.
Well, with all the tribute acts in Benidorm, Wayne's contact book is full of big names.
Elvis and Shaker, get them on it. You know, take that, they're well built for it. No, you've got to nail the balls down.
Take that might object. Who else is on the list?
Wayne's one. Are you going for it, Des? Graham, Happy Days, perhaps at Villa Bar, myself, and get some others involved. But I would be posing for the picture, and then to cover my modesty, would use something related to the bar. The idea would be that I would be holding a barrel in front of me.
Got a better idea. Judging from what Jackie told me, stick that in front of it, love.
Yeah, so the idea would be that I'd be posing, I would be holding that to cover my modesty. If we could sell 1,000 calendars.
Say €10 each, I don't think that's too much to charge, right?
Do you not think so?
No, €10, come on, what is it, £7? It will be easy to sell if we market it right. What I suggest we do is go Facebook. Just create interest straight away.
With sponsorship from local businesses to cover costs, the calendar could raise around £7,000 for the local children's charity. So Wayne gets straight on to social media.
But Paul had a great idea about a naked calendar using the people of Benidorm. What do you all think of the idea, and who would you like to see in it?
Paul's concerned that Wayne's 5,000 followers might be a little biased.
It won't be anybody else, it'll be just you, Wayne.
Don't get jealous, I've got something you haven't. Youth.
Youth? So it's been on not even 15 minutes and it's had 23 comments and 33 likes.
And it's just going out of control now.
Paul and Jackie's bar is in the area known as Caravan Corner. It's the local name for the collection of low-cost campsites on the outskirts of Benidorm. Popular for cheap family holidays, but also with the many budget Brits who make it their home. Like Jill and Maria Ryan, who've lived here for 4 years after putting their pub in Wigan up for sale.
So quickly, we decided to take off on our travels. Come along to our little humble abode. Now, you see, in here is the actual eBay caravan. £800 off eBay. This is what we got for our money.
But it's roasting in there, isn't it?
Yes.
It's a problem Maria wasn't expecting to deal with.
I thought we were going to, like, the Lake District or something like that, but Jill then said, let's nip to France. I said, we can't nip to France. She said, well, we can if you got the passport. So we had. So we did. And then we travelled through France. And I said, well, what are we going to do? And Jill said, well, I'll sing for our supper. So you won a competition in France, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I won a competition. We thought it was for a meal for two because our French is that poor. But it turned out to be €350, didn't it?
Yeah.
So it paid for the petrol for us to come here to Benidorm.
They're still relative newcomers. Some Brits have lived here a lot longer. 45-year-old Michelle Baker was born in Birmingham but was brought up in Benidorm. Her parents moved here in 1983. She's now editor of the Round Town Times, a local free sheet aimed at the British market.
The article that we did on the mayor, asking him to keep Benidorm safe. Yeah. I want to do a follow-up on this because yesterday I did hear that they've already caught a band of robbers.
Michelle lives with her Spanish husband Paco and their 5 children in Alfaz on the outskirts. Like any busy mum, she has to juggle caring for her family with the demands of her job, but it gives her a unique insight.
I am an unusual character in so much as I've bridged the gap between England and Spain. I'm married to a Spaniard. My children are all bilingual. I run a business here and I've been involved in politics, so there's nothing in Benidorm that could ever shock me.
Nice try, mate. But never say never, because Spanish bureaucracy has a big shock in store for Michelle and her family. Pillars of the Benidorm entertainment scene, Wayne Wright, Des Bellamy and bar owner Paul Thacker are scouting for talent. They're looking for sponsors, locations and potential models who will bear all for a charity calendar to raise money for a local children's home. First up is Graham Happy Days Boland, entertainment's manager at Benidorm's biggest and busiest campsite.
Paul's come up with the idea of doing a calendar. We've tried to choose all the best-known people in Benidorm, and Villamar, Happy Days, is one of the wonders of Benidorm. Happy Days. So we've put you on our shortlist of people who'd like to be involved in it. And all we need you to do, really, is Villamar sponsor it, and then you need to get your kit off and pose in one of these pictures.
That's the selling point of the calendar.
How naked? Well, you will be naked behind your object. I thought you could be our little lifeguard.
Happy Days, I'm up for a bit of David Hasselhoff.
There you go.
There we are.
Yep.
Happy Days. I don't have to run around, do I?
No, we don't want to see you wobbling. We just want to see you.
So who else is going to be part of this calendar? Who's the others?
All the biggest stars in Benidorm, really. We've got Des and I, of course. We've got Paul in it. He's having a beer barrel, Jackie said, to hide his other one.
That's to cover my belly, not to cover anything else.
Yeah, I'm up for that.
So you're up for it? Oh, well, Happy Days then, isn't it?
Happy Days for the children's charity E-Mouse, if they can pull it off. Next, Hepburn Salon and glamorous owner Vicky Caton.
So what's this all about then?
We are doing a calendar to raise some money for the children of Emmaus.
It's going to be a male naked calendar.
I'm liking the sound of this. This sounds great.
So what we want to do, really, is include the sexiest people in Benidorm.
And do I not count in that?
Yes, but darling, it's up here and not down here, right? The biggest market to sell to is women.
To Vicky's relief, it's only her salon he's after.
If we do take the pictures in here, maybe if we ring a sheet in that day so no one actually sees him from there.
Yes.
Because you know what boys are like with a manhood. They're not all like me flopping it out in Cafe Benidorm, you know.
And is it going to be flopped out in public, dear?
Well, you're not going to see it. So we'll be in touch with you next week to arrange photographs.
Ooh, this is exciting, isn't it? I'm going all unnecessary.
So far, so good. It's time for a progress report with Paul's other half, Jackie.
I think it's looking good with the list that we've got there of people.
Everyone wants to get the kit off for some reason. Surprise me.
Including you.
I know.
Problem is, they're all prima donnas. So every photo you're going to take, well, I don't like that, I don't like this.
So, who's going to be taking all these pictures?
Ta-da!
I don't mind. I'll take the pictures.
Is that, you quick to volunteer then, Des, won't you?
I've got the camera.
Would you like an assistant?
4 years ago, Jill and Maria swapped their pub in Wigan for a second-hand caravan and a new life in Benidorm, all for next to nothing. This place may be cheap to live in, but it's not free, so they need to be resourceful.
I am very tight, actually, because I fix everything with gaffer tape. I think gaffer tape's Mum's best friend. It does a lot more for you than a dog. You can fix everything with gaffer tape. In fact, most of the caravan's probably held together.
Don't say that.
It's amazing what you can pick up if you keep your eyes peeled.
One of our friends was tidying up and he put this table outside. He asked him, could we have it? And then, yeah, he let us have it, didn't he?
So cheeky, man.
I know. He wasn't even getting rid of it, but it just fit nice in our living room.
It does look nicer in here than it did in his.
We managed to get that chair free. Somebody had matching chairs and they wanted 2 matching ones.
Were you modelling? No, go on, show them.
Let's fire.
They'll not be able to put their feet up long. They're due a visit from the grandkids.
This will be the granny flat in here.
I call this a tent with a bed in it. Jill says it's the guest room.
Family's important and not just their own. Maria makes a living researching family trees online, while Jill sings for their supper around Benidorm's bars. Money's tight, but they wouldn't swap their life with anyone.
The wages reflect the cost of living out of it, but we are doing what we love to do and managing to make a living out of it.
Benidorm's 10 campsites are full of Brits living the dream on a bargain budget. 4 years ago, mum of 5, Michelle Baker, decided there was room for one more, so she opened a new site.
Orange Grove is our campsite, my husband and mine. It's our 6th child, we call it. It's our baby because we, created the idea in our head together. It took 3 years to open, a lot of work. So when we eventually got it open on the 1st of April 2012, it was a massive relief. And following a quiet summer, because the campsites are quieter here in summer than they are in winter, we were delighted that it started filling up. That was taken in February of this year, just because I was so proud that the site was completely full and we had to put the full sign on the outside.
Campers pay €10 a night. That's €300 a month. Times that by all 40 pitches, and Michelle and husband Paco have a nice little earner on their hands.
We've got a little bar area if people do want to buy a beer. We're surrounded by lanes where people have nice walks in the morning or go for a run. And if you want a bit more life, you're just 2 miles down the road to the coast.
But there's a major problem. 4 months ago, at the height of peak season, the town council ordered the family to close the site down. They allege it's 1 square metre too small to get a campsite licence.
Bureaucracy in Spain, it's an absolute minefield because everywhere you go, they tell you something different. There's just nobody with common sense that can see not only how beneficial this is to my family, to my income, but for the economy. We're not doing anything illegal, we're just trying to earn an honest living, and anyone who knows here knows how hard that is.
While the site is shut, Michelle's losing thousands of euros every single month.
I couldn't consider doing what a lot of people do, which is jumping on a plane and going home to England, because I haven't lived in England since 1983.
The next few months are critical, as Michelle will have to take on the bureaucrats in battle to reopen her site. While Benidorm's budget Brits might work hard to make ends meet, they don't scrimp when it comes to good causes. Creative director Wayne and his snapper sidekick Des are off to shoot Benidorm's first ever naked charity calendar. It was bar owner Paul Thacker's idea, so he's first on the menu.
Come on, Paul, look like you're enjoying it.
Anyone coming in for a full English is in for a shock.
Stop looking so nervous.
Stop looking so nervous. I'm laid naked on my back.
Very straightforward, no dramas. If the whole day's like that, we'll be finished nice and early today.
At Camping Villamar, entertainment manager Graham Boland is about to become Mr. Main.
Well, our Graham's going to be David Hasselhoff.
Oh, yeah, he's doing lifeguard pose, isn't he? That'll be fun.
However, turning the campsite loose into Malibu Beach might be a challenge.
Maybe if we shut that door there, right?
Yeah, that'll do it.
And just...
We're about the back door now.
Yeah. Smile.
Steady, ladies. He's bearing up well until a camper wants the loo. One flush and the hoff's off. Next up, it's Benidorm's Rat Pack, queuing up to be Mr. September.
You ready?
Do you not think you should have bubbles out?
Stop it.
Darren?
Oi, shoes off the table.
Cheers, boys. Thank you.
Over at Hepburn's salon, hypnotist Gareth Fulton has Vicky in a trance. The shoppers are getting an eyeful. That's showbiz, darling. The entertainment's business is big business in Benidorm. So many acts are looking for work, though, it drives the fees down, and singers like Jill Ryan have to do multiple gigs a night to survive.
Love you. See you later. I'm back about 12. See you later.
Jill's got a busy night of performances tonight, so Maria's home alone researching family trees. She's turned a hobby into cash.
See you later.
At 9 o'clock now, I've got like 2 gigs. We'll be back by 12 o'clock at night. But it feels like absolutely ages because we just are together all the time. Look, I'll get back later on and then we'll watch a bit of telly and that's the best part of the night.
But it's not over yet. However many gigs she does, they all expect her to be at her best.
It's by no means the image of a rock and roll lifestyle, but to be honest, I wouldn't really like to be famous. I enjoy living over here. I like it in our little caravan, but it does give you a little taste of what it'd be like to be a rock star. Here I am on the poster. Of course, it looks nothing like me in real life.
Please welcome onto the stage the one, the only, Mr. Ryan.
Thank you.
She's busy now, it's summer, but in the winter season, work dries up. Luckily, Maria's income picks up round Christmas as more people order family trees to give us gifts. So they manage to get by.
Have a beautiful one.
Thank you very much. See you later. Bye-bye. See you later. Bye-bye. It's got to be about 25 past now, and we're meant to be on the other one about 1:30. So go, go, go. See you in a bit. You quite often see a few of the other artists rushing between the gigs. It's mental because you're running down the street to your next gig and you're just like, keep going.
Please give it a big warm welcome, Jill Ryan.
Thank you.
In Benidorm, the going rate for singers is only around €60 per gig. Not that Jill gets to hang on to it for long.
I'm glad it's all over, but I'll get back to Maria now, and what'll happen is I have to hand all my wages over to her. that's the real. I go out and work, and she just takes it all of me when I get back. But I like it like that because I'm not very good with money. I love it when I come down the street after a busy night and she's sat there waiting for me on the front. I love it. Oh, my feet are killing me. Okay. Yeah. Cheers, baby. What are we watching?
How to Get Away with Murder.
Great stuff.
Another glorious day of sun and fun in Benidorm. But working mum of 5, Michelle Baker, isn't feeling it.
Estoy perdiendo dinero.
Her campsite was recently closed down by the council.
Adiós, adiós.
But Michelle's not taking it lying down. She's ready for a battle.
I sent a very aggravated email the other day to the consulate.
She's got lawyers on the case.
So this is just, a whole dossier of communication.
And she's challenging the council's findings. The land has been remeasured to prove that it is big enough for a licence, and she's just had some fantastic news.
This is the latest one from our lawyer, which has requested to the county council that they reinstate our provisional licence based on the fact that the campsite was closed for reasons that weren't correct. We proved they weren't correct.
But the gates are still firmly shut.
But nobody in the town hall now wants to sign off that piece of paper, which is incredibly frustrating that a business that works so well for us and was such a good provider for our family was then taken from us.
It's a bitter blow for Michelle, so the battle has to go on.
I'm prepared to try anything, just to get someone to listen.
Meanwhile, the Calendar Boys are back on the job, but they've hit a problem. A local boy band can't decide who goes centre stage.
I'll stand in the middle.
This calls for all Wayne's diplomatic skills.
Right, just for point of fact, right, you want the prettiest at the front.
Stand in the middle.
Oh. But you do, don't you? You're telling your band, right? Boy band, right? You at the back would be better. There's no...
Right.
You're the lead singer, you've got to be in the middle. Right.
That solved that, but now they're a member short.
It's not that big, Jake. Come on.
He's going to need a bigger bottle.
You might want to slip your hand up a little bit. That's it, there. Stay there. One more.
And if all else fails, there's always another option.
And crop that and cut it off. So.
Yeah.
Bit extreme, but hey, it is for charity. And with 11 months of Benidorm beefcake in the can, it's finally time for Wayne and Des to get them off and get in.
Things I'll get dragged into.
The job's a good one. Hats off to you guys. No, keep them on.
Can I say, I think we're done.
In Spain, markets are a way of life, and it's one part of Spanish culture the British are happy to embrace. In the Costa Blanca, there's a different market on every day of the week, from flea markets to food markets. They're a magnet for bargain-loving Brits over on holiday. The residents also shop here, but they don't pay tourist prices. Today, expats Maria and Jill give a masterclass on playing the markets.
You see that black and white bag? She's just paid 23 euros for that, and we know that they sell them regularly at 20 euros or less.
Or less, yeah.
It's that thing again, though, isn't it? If you don't live here, you don't know.
There are a few simple tricks of the trade. Watch and learn.
What we need to look for, really, is where they haven't got set prices on them.
Unless they are incredibly low.
I mean, really, at 3 euros, you couldn't afford not to be set price, could you?
The more you buy, the more you save.
You missed a good bit of haggling then.
Hello, €1.
The guy there, he's already bought 2, so he's gone back to get more, but stressing that he wanted it cheaper because he's already brought 2 off the same stall. Good guy, see? Obviously he knows.
What was you thinking?
Don't know. 1 for 10 euros, 2 for 15. So obviously
how much do you want to pay for it?
Don't know.
When it comes to haggling, Jill's the one who goes in for the kill.
She's going to show me up.
5 euros. 7 por Coca-Cola. No. No sea así, hombre.
5 euros. Gracias.
The deal is done at 5 euros.
I always kind of get hugely embarrassed, but then I'm really, really happy when she gets something and she gets it for this kind of price. So, yeah, good stuff.
Welsh pensioners Barry and Barbara Price like a bargain too. They started their new life here after retiring from their jobs at the Caravan Club UK. Caravan life suits them to a T. The climate, the cost, and most of all, the laid-back lifestyle.
Barry's got a saying that he doesn't use 4-letter words anymore. He doesn't do work, he doesn't walk a lot, but he does like beer and wine, so they're 4-letter words that he does quite like.
You just relax and go with the flow and do exactly the same as the Spanish. Oh, mañana, it'll wait until tomorrow. And of course, tomorrow never comes, so you never end up doing what you were going to do to start with.
For them, it's all about saving labour. Why work up a sweat weeding and mowing when you can hose off your fake plants and hoover your fake lawn? Mr. Bit.
People still smile when I tell them I'm doing this now.
Well, there you go. That's gardening done for a week.
With such a low-maintenance lifestyle, the biggest challenge faced by the Welsh pensioners is filling their balmy Mediterranean days without emptying the bank account.
We're out, we get up in the morning, sun shining. Right, what should we do today?
You give up work and you sort of, isn't it marvellous what we're doing? We've got nothing to do and all day to do it in.
Michelle Baker can't afford to give up work just yet. Her camper park has been closed down by the local council, and her family of 5 are starting to feel the pinch.
I just didn't believe it, but then it was real, and I was like, whoa.
It hit me that, oh my God, this is really important.
I would have wished I was younger, so I didn't have to worry about it, because now each time I ask for something off you, I think, is that too expensive or something? So I won't ask.
It's made you more conscious of spending. Anything can happen to you here that usually wouldn't happen to you in the UK. It's just common sense isn't very common in Spain.
Many British expats have come a cropper dealing with the Spanish system. Michelle is better placed than many to understand it, and now she's all tied up in red tape.
We should be in the middle of our busy, busy season, and the site is completely empty, as are our coffers. No money coming in.
The official reason it was closed was that it fell under the qualifying size for a campsite by 1 square metre. Now Michelle's had it officially remeasured, and there's good news and bad.
The good news that in this wodge of papers is the letter that we got back from the Land Register agreeing that our land was big enough to run this activity.
And the bad news?
The frustrating part is, locally, they won't let us reopen, so we've appealed and said, listen, we've proved the land is big enough. Why won't you let us reopen? But, you know, this is Spain, and the frustration of mañana, 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 and then it's August and everything's closed because it's summer, and then it's a fiesta and everything's closed. But it's par for the course, and when you sign up to live here, you do sign up warts and all.
Despite her frustration, Michelle hasn't lost heart.
I'm incredibly hopeful for the future. I've got 5 children to support. This has got to have a happy ending. This will reopen. Somebody, somewhere, will see common sense and say, you had a business that brought people in from outside of Spain to spend their hard-earned cash in our local economy. Yep, and that person, once they get it, is going to say, open your darn door.
The bargain-loving Brits who have made their homes in Benidorm are always on the lookout for cheap days out. And the cheapest you can get are the so-called blanket trips, a free coach trip to the Spanish countryside. For super savers Barry and Barbara, the temptation has often proved too great.
We've been on the blanket trips loads of times, because if you want to see somewhere that's not in Benidorm, then this is the ideal thing. I mean, they go to half a dozen different locations, doesn't cost you anything. And it's supposed to be wine tasting and chocolate tasting. So, I mean, it really is a good bargain. That's his first on. Pick your seat.
That's what's in it for Barry and Barbara, but what's in it for the company who organises the trips? Well, obviously, it's one long sales opportunity. Every stop is a temptation to spend money. But Barry is confident he can resist.
It's like an auction. You keep your hands in your pocket. Don't wave them around, otherwise you'll end up spending money.
At the first location, salesman Lee's ready to sell, sell, sell. Good luck, mate.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Are we all right?
Yes. So I'm going to be doing a demonstration for you this morning, quite possibly the best sleeping system on the market today. In order for me to demonstrate this properly to you, one of you lucky people gets to get in bed with me. Who's that going to be?
At least offer to buy them dinner first. Oh, Barry's up for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, give Barry a round of applause. Hop on board, son. That's my side, Barry.
Now then, if you do share the bed with a partner, of course you're moving around. Now, I can't see Barry behind me, but I should imagine he's not moving.
No change there, then.
More importantly, the water that I put at the side of his head isn't moving either. If I did this on your steel-sprung coil mattress back at home, it'd be soaking wet through.
And probably dialing 999.
Right, well, thank you very much, Barry. Let me ask you to go back to those extremely comfortable chairs over there.
How was it for you, Barry? Is his sales resistance starting to crack?
Lee was very good, very convincing, but got me very close to buying this time, but not quite.
No, it was that grip I had on your hand that stopped you.
Brits on a budget may have to scrimp a bit, but this community will always find €1 or two to support a good cause. The Naked Calendar is still at the printers, so in the meantime, Maria has organised another money-raising event for the same children's home, this time with clothes on.
Thank you.
There are singers, magicians and comedians. Hey, guess where he's from?
For the children, we're going to want you to give as much as you can.
They're aiming to make £1,000 and they're off to a good start.
709.
The raffle is a big earner. All the prizes have been donated by fellow expats.
Great ticket. 526 to 530.
But when one prize is announced, rumours of raffle rigging are suddenly rife. Maria's got lucky.
7-5. But I'll give the money back. I'll give the money back. I won. You won. It's gone back in the pot.
They've begun well, but the big bucks should start to come in a little later with the celebrity auction. Back on the coach tour, Barry and Barbara Price are visiting businesses along the Costa Blanca. So far, the canny pensioners have resisted the urge to spend any money. But the next stop is a local deli with the lure of chocolate and wine.
Oh, here we go.
Now the temptation to spend really starts. Oh, go on then.
Thank you so much.
What's this?
A little something to go with it?
Cheers.
And for dessert?
Honey and nuggets.
Did he just join the back of the queue again?
We'll try the sausage. Oh, there you go.
Spicy.
Very nice.
Here, it's all try before you buy. Barry's certainly trying, but is he buying?
I think that's not a bad offer.
No.
Bottle of Muscatel, bottle of red, and you got 4 of any choice of the chocolate bars.
He's weakening.
The spicy and the plain chorizo, it's about 22, 23 euros worth. But of course you're buying it for 15, which is £12, or just less than £12.
Is the price right?
We'll do that.
We will, it's cheap.
Barry Price, come on down. How did they rate it as a bargain day out?
Been very good, nice. Yeah, I think quarter past 3 in the afternoon, 6 hours. Free trip. Well, I say free. We've got our little goodie bag, bargain. But no, it's been a very nice day, very good day.
At the Expat Charity Bash, the excitement is mounting for the main event of the auction. Local celebrities Jill and Wayne and Elvis are on hand to help. Maria has asked Wayne to run the auction. Sorry, Elvis, maybe next time. When it comes to the fruit hamper, a battle breaks out. Benidorm Bar King Tad Crocker opens the bidding. Wayne's partner Des tops him.
60 against you, Tad, with Des. 65 euros is back, 70 with Des now. Olivia, are you going to make Tad get his hand in his pocket? 80 euros against you, Tad.
But Tad's girlfriend Olivia isn't backing down.
100 euros against you, Des. I'll tell you what, Bianca, because it's me and you and because it's our little children's home. Why don't we put 100 in each and you can take the apple to the kids' home? What about that then, hey?
Honours even and everyone's happy.
Well, it's about the expat community pooling together to raise money for the orphans in the children's home, Benidorm. It's packed with big-hearted people. And what you get in Benidorm is real people, not pretentious people, real people who are prepared to give.
Maria was aiming for £1,000. So how much did she make?
2,599.
Many thousands of British OAPs have set up camp on the Costa Blanca to make the most of a limited income. You can still draw the UK pension here, but it may not amount to much more than £100 a week. Barry and Barbara Price came to Benidorm 7 years ago to make the most of their modest pension pot.
We've got a budget as our income. That's our budget, and how we spend it can vary week to week to week.
It's a completely different concept to being on holiday and living here, and you have to accept that you can't go out every night and enjoying yourself and spending lots of money.
Done this way?
Yeah, it's okay.
Like most Brits, they love a good market, and they're regulars at all the local ones. Here, they home in on the freshest fruit and veg at the lowest prices. But of course, you have to try before you buy.
Have some of them then.
And if you're not sure, try again. The prices buy all their fruit and veg in bulk.
We spend 10, 12 euros, which is £8 or £9, I suppose. on the fresh veg and then freeze it, which lasts us a fortnight, so it's about £4.50 a week. I mean, even if we did the same thing in UK, we probably spend £25 to buy the same amount of food. Benidorm really is the cheapest place in Spain.
You can't eat out anywhere cheaper than in Benidorm.
Nope. I mean, you go from the cheapest Chinese 3-course meal, including half a bottle of wine, for €4.95, and that's £3.50. You can't buy the half bottle of wine in UK for that. It's crazy.
The only drawback to whiling away your autumn years in the Spanish sun is not getting to see the kids and grandchildren. But if you can also offer a bargain break for the relatives back home, then everyone's a winner. Maria's family are regular visitors to the caravan she shares with Jill on the outskirts of Benidorm.
Before the grandchildren come over, it's kind of a week's preparation, really, because we live in such compact quarters, let's say. Organisation's the key. So we've got to make room for 3 lots of clothing, 3 piles. We've got to do the shopping, bearing in mind what each child wants.
They go straight to the biscuit tin, look for the biscuit tin, because that's where they have all the special. So we have to fill that up before they come over.
They want to see all the favourite things.
And my biscuit tin, don't forget.
And we weren't forgetting your biscuit tin.
Biscuits aside, having the kids to stay doesn't have to break the bank.
Don't worry about the visits over here. We've got everything we need on the campsite.
Yeah, we do. I think I'll get another job, though, to keep us in Christmases and birthdays.
These family holidays are the high points of Jill and Maria's new life in Spain. Sorry.
Benidorm's got a big piece of our hearts. We do have some good friends
here,
here,
got some
don't
good
we?
friends
Yeah. We have the sun, the scenery, some beautiful places just in and around Benidorm.
And we can both do the jobs that we love.
Yeah,
and
we
choose to do.
Yeah, and you know, that's a lot, isn't it? At different points in your life, your dream is what your dream is. And for me, right here, right now, this is living a dream.
Wayne and Des have been slaving away on a charity calendar of Benidorm celebs in their birthday suits. Now it's time to bear all, the unveiling of the finished work to Paul and Jackie, who set them off on this mission in the first place.
Wait! Benidorm calendar 2016.
Poor Albie.
Poor Albie. Oh, Mr. March. You could have airbrushed it a bit better than that, though. I'm going to say it's getting better, but then I've just turned over to Happy Days Graham.
You've airbrushed
him, haven't you? His waist is never that thin. He must be holding his breath. And how long did he hold his breath for?
It is good, isn't it? Oh, that's good.
Can't look at Darren the same anymore.
Oh, Wayne and Des in a jacuzzi.
Do you like them?
I think they're brilliant. Quality's good, the pictures are good. I think they're worth every cent of €10, don't you? I don't think we'll have any problem selling them, will we?
And Paul gets straight to work.
€10 each, Marlene, but worth every cent.
I'd like 2.
You'd like 2 calendars? That's
but
even.
I want to give one to a friend.
That's even better. Thank you.
Thank you.
Your enjoyment might stop when you get to March.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait till you get to May.
That's 2 down, another 998 to go.
Next time on Bargain Loving Brits in the Sun, Paul has a business idea that could be a money spinner, but will it take off?
It's shut from the 25th to the 29th.
So now what?
So now we're back to square one.
And Benidorm's hardest working Del boy has had enough.
I ain't come out here to work like a 12-hour day.